Good evening. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10. I'm EVELYN SCHULTZ. The Helena City Commission has officially voted to dissolve the advisory board for the Helena Civic Center. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian was there tonight for the debate over the board's future. He has more on what will come next.
On Monday evening, Helena City Commissioners said a change in the advisory structure for the Helena Civic Center was the best way to move the facility forward.
This commission's goal is preservation of the facility. It's moving forward with substantive programming, and that's been the same thing that's been said at every meeting where we've discussed this.
Commissioners voted 4-0 for a resolution to dissolve the current board and identify or create a new advisory body to support and oversee the Civic Center by January 2021. The vote comes after several months of disputes between the board and the commission. Many board members were strongly opposed to city leaders' plan to move responsibility for the Civic Center to Helena Parks and Recreation. Commissioners, in turn, accused the board of spreading misinformation about the change. Both sides pointed to a breakdown in communication. More than a dozen members of the public testified Monday night about the proposal to dissolve the board. Supporters of the resolution said they didn't believe the Civic Center was being used to its full potential, and that this would put it on a new path.
The City Commission should seek to provide a board structure that looks to the future and to increased utilization of the Civic Center.
Opponents, including members of the board, said the board wasn't standing in the way of proposed changes, and that they had put in important work to support and preserve the Civic Center.
Let's work together instead of casting aside the board members that care about this building and, most importantly, the community.
Several of the people who testified questioned whether this process was the best way to bring about positive change.
If you vote on this resolution tonight, the way it's written, singling out this board, advisory board, it's going to maintain the polarization in this community around this issue and other issues that are not necessary.
But commissioners said the process to find a new advisory body would ensure more perspectives were heard.
Many in the community feel that we are wanting to eliminate public input on the operations of the Civic Center, when in my view, I think we're doing the opposite. I think we're opening up this process.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Helena City Manager Ana Cortez says the dissolution of the Civic Center Board will take effect tomorrow. City leaders will then start planning a public process for choosing a new advisory structure.